Hello, and welcome to Average Roll, where we keep on playing this small adventure in the wilds, the green wilds. And here we see how our adventurers remember what happened last time.
Wait, do I have to say the resume?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to actually say
Fine,
what
fine,
your
fine.
character remembers.
Fine! So after we pre Fodhyx, we came to this forest in the middle of the we don't know where. It's the evening, and so we find some wood. We prepare a fire. We try to look for some place to walk to find where we are going to go. So we decided to walk to a very big fucking tree in the north of our camp. That is very interesting, by the way. And that was the plan of the night. We did some guard, and the next day we woke up. We started to walk in the direction of the tree, and the fucking of Laurent didn't woke me up when he saw an owlbear.
They were really pretty, though.
And that's
They
all.
were really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then-
I was sleeping.
And
Yeah,
that's where
and-
we pick up the,
Mhm.
the memories of another character.
Yeah. From then on, well, a certain elf living in the forest, living in the woods, realizes that there is a fire nearby, and he, of course, as a protector of the forest, decides to investigate and runs into this group of people he has never seen before, from like wearing clothes and doing things and looking like people that he had never seen before in his life. He started following them around the forest, looking at what they did, looking at what they didn't do, how they behaved. And after a while, and after a little bit of a verbal confrontation, he decided to, reveal himself to the rest of the group by the name of Edelfair, and that is basically where we left off.
So last time, Elfair, Danáe asked Edelfair about if there was any near towns around. Elfair actually answered yes. And the moment that Danáe actually asked, "Could you guide us over there?" That's where we end up last session. So now, answering that question, Elfair, would you take them to that place?
As soon as she asks me, I remember all of the other times I've had to guide people through the forest to safety. And so Edelfair says, "Very well, I will guide you to safety." And then he stops for a little bit, and he remembers something that someone important to him said. He pauses for a second, and then he turns around to face all of you, and he says, "Well, I do need some help with a little issue. Let's say we have a trade here. I have never had a trade before, so this would be very interesting. Let's say if you help me, I will help you. This forest is very dangerous, and I do not see yourselves surviving here. At least not today. So, maybe if you help me, I will guide you to safety. I'll take care of you and make sure that you get there, whatever you want to be, in good state."
What is it that you need help with?
Oh, that is an interesting question indeed. This place is not like any forest, I think. It's not like anywhere else. there are forces here that are more powerful than you and I. And there are some things that I've been told would happen. Your coming is not something I've been told about, but
By
there's
whom?
certainly disbalance in here. Something that is not right. And I've been told, well, it may happen sometime, and I think that time is now.
Wait, so
Just sorry, this is DM speaking. Sorry, sorry for the introduction. So the interruption. You do know that there is a date. You actually know the date. This is important. Sorry, I'm actually literally getting the lunar calendar of the place you're at. Because yes,
While
there
you-
is a lunar calendar.
While you do that,
Let me pull out my notes
eh,
too, because
It would be on. You're still you're getting towards autumn. That's the you're entering autumn. That's the time of the year, and you have about sorry, it's ending summer, and you have about 7 days till the night you know the thing's gonna happen. So the phrase when Dilabat finds full cover is in 7 days.
that's in 7 days. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I'm just your character would know that. Sorry.
Okay, so how long would it take us to like if we started right now, how long would it take us to get all the way to Maracata?
With you guiding this group,
Yeah, sorry, Duro.
less than 2 days.
Not
Sorry,
Maracata,
yeah.
but Duro. Yeah.
2 days. It's less than 2 days.
Okay. All right. So what I can do for you is to guide you to safety and guide you to civilization if you help me get rid of this problem we will have in maybe 7 days or so. If you're willing to stay around and also help me take care of other things that may happen, there have been some strange occurrences around here. People that do not belong here have been running and doing things and behaving in a way that is not natural to them. The beasts are not behaving the way they should as well. And all of this has been foretold, but
foretold.
you're coming here.
by whom? Who foretold all of this?
Oh, that would be my master, Omriel.
Your master what?
Oh, Omriel. That's Omriel. Omriel.
Unreal.
Yes. Yes, that would be my master, Omriel. He has guided me, he has raised me, he has taught me everything I know. He's basically like a father to me.
And is he still around that you could ask him about us? Or see if he can foretell something now that we're here?
I'm gonna turn around and see if he is around here.
You
I'm
turn
just gonna
around,
turn around like
and you
just looking.
Yeah, I know. You turn around and there's a movement and you realize, no, that's not him.
Yeah.
And you look back.
Well, he doesn't show up very often, only in important times. But he doesn't reply all the time, only when it's needed, only when it's the best time. So he will probably show up. He will probably reveal himself at some point. But I am all you got right now.
Well, if they would have problems, I don't know. I don't think that we can say no, right? Right?
Certainly. I would appreciate having a chance to learn from someone who knows how to live in a place such as this, know the cycles of this land, which is very different, but
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about nature. Thanks.
Well, you look very
have you
natural
been in
to
a place
me.
like this?
Good point.
I mean,
I'm
is
sorry.
there
I-
treasure? Is there some treasure or something like important?
What
To
would you
earn?
consider treasure then in that case?
Well,
Oh, here we come.
Gold,
good
jewels.
question. No, not only that. Treasure is something that is very valuable for other people.
To
The
someone.
information on how to
Mm.
survive in this place?
Nah.
I would say that's very valuable. Thank you.
To us right now.
Uh-huh.
I mean, no offense, but you are very, very easy to kill at one point. I would have killed you all. I know how to do
Is
it.
that a threat?
You will have to
Faawtie
try.
laughs.
No, it's just feedback.
Like Laurent, after hearing this stranger talking about his master, he was letting go of the gun, and now he's like, "Oh, this is on."
All right. Well, I didn't mean no offense. I'm just going to put my bow on my shoulder just to show that I mean no harm. But if you're willing to help me, I can help you. And maybe, looking at the orc, maybe there will be treasure. Who knows? I do not mind taking.
I think it's a fair trade, Faawtie.
Okay, maybe. Okay. But what
sure
about the
there-
tree? What's in the tree?
Yes.
Oh, the tree. Well, that's where I live. That is where I saw the fire from this morning. I mean, the
Oh.
the remains of your fire, at least. That's where I found out that you were here. That was a strange occurrence, so it definitely caught me off guard. But I do need to pick up some things and see if someone else is in there that I need to take care of. So maybe you would like to travel with me a little bit, and I can show you the rules of this place. Because if you're going to be here, you need to know the rules. Will you?
Fine by me. I don't know you.
Yes. Agreed.
Very well.
Okay.
Danáe, are you coming?
To... Go ahead.
Danáe.
Just
Danáe.
waiting for Danáe, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think I'll come, but you have to answer a question from me,
Sure.
honestly.
What is it you need?
And then you hear a voice in your head that says, "I'll ask you later."
He's
that's mine.
stunned for a little second because he has never had someone speak in his mind before.
You can talk back, by the way, and I say in your mind as well.
Okay. How are you doing that? That's interesting.
We all have our own gifts, I'd say.
Interesting. I was definitely not born with any gifts, but that's.
I disagree,
at least.
but it's okay.
Oh, thank you so much. But we'll talk later, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say to the group, well, we have some march ahead, and you need to be given a little bit of a lecture from me, so please pay attention as we go. And I'm going to just turn around in the direction of the forest, and I'm just going to start guiding them to the tree.
Okay.
Perfect. So as we talked before, the scene your character is at right now, the tokens, that's the scene we're going to use for travel. So place yourself where you would be. You're going from the south to north in the screen. So you just move yourself around, and I imagine Ilfo is going to be a bit in the front, but who's going to be in the back? Who's going to be in the middle?
I am definitely going to take front, but whoever wants to walk like next to me, they're welcome to do it.
I think Brinkk and I probably want to stick by you and learn the most.
Yeah.
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 Where will Danáe and Faawtie be?
I think I'd be on the rear guard. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we doing 3 and 3?
So, do I move you?
2
Danáe,
lines?
or
Yeah, I can move back here with.
okay, perfect. And Faawtie, where you
go
stay?
on.
Where are you gonna stay?
40, I don't know. I follow behind. I mean, are we like scouting?
I mean,
Or
you were scouting, but
No,
now
now.
Elfair is just started walking very casually, very like knowing where he's
Ah,
going.
Yeah. At
So,
some point,
like,
I'm just
you
going to.
get, yeah.
Sorry.
You get
at
the
some-
idea that he's not gonna scout. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to start walking very slowly, and then I'm going to look back at you and say, "Okay, well, let's go. What are you waiting for?"
I go beside Danáe and Laurent.
Perfect. And
Okay.
you, Daniel's you're gonna be behind Edelfer or beside him?
Behind or beside, whichever seems better to learn. So if it's a matter of like stepping where they step and doing
then
what
behind.
they do,
Then
Behind.
behind. So Brinkk will be next to Grael.
Perfect.
we're gonna be like that if you want to be more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Equal.
perfect. You start marching, and so this is a question for Edelfer.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just typing something here. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. It's
There
all
we
good. I just want you to know if you're gonna start, because one of the, if I'm not mistaken, one of the things you want to teach is about hunting, right?
Yeah.
So are you gonna start that now, or it's a question?
No, I'm just going to start walking with them, and
Okay.
if we find any animals in the way, or if you find any beasts that could be game, I will immediately point to them, or even if we see any sort of bird, I will point at them and talk to them about what the rule is in general.
I think I'm hearing some wild dogs.
Yeah, some form of beast out in the
Yeah.
forest. Are we trying to be particularly stealthy through the forest?
By the way, you immediately see Elfil when he walks. He's incredibly stealthy, even though if you see him, he's not a stealthy fellow, but there's something supernatural to his stealth, and it's weird because you try to imitate, like Brinkk and Grael tries to imitate him, but he belongs here in a way that you understand it's not. Like, it's like, why? And then you start realizing that sometimes you hear the beast a bit too late. If there's a bird, they're a bit too quiet in the same way Elfair is. And you start recognizing that, like, a pattern of like stealthiness in the forest. It's kind of weird. Maybe that it coupled with the accidents that happened before were one of the reasons that the Owlbears could reach like as close as they could, because they're massive creatures that make a lot of noise, but there's something weird. And Edelfair, you're gonna be the first one. This would be a lot better in person because you would actually remove a card from the deck.
Oh.
So I'm gonna get 4 out and roll a d4.
D4. Okay.
I can't see them, by the way. Just
Okay. As I go, before I roll, as I go, I'm just going to look at Brinkk and point at him. Like, look at him, point at him. Okay, be careful with that rock. You may trip. And that's 1.
so
I'm better in stealth, by the way.
yeah. You all
Can I say
start
something?
hearing-
When he says when he says something like that, I say to Laurent, Pampas, like in a whisper.
Yeah, it's all good. Love it. So you guys hear. 1 second. You hear this. A bit louder than that actual sound. A bit more of a screaming effect than a chirp, but there are definitely flocks of bird. And you see just in the sky a flock of basically ghouls.
What?
What
Like
we call
seagulls?
gaviotas.
Okay, thank you.
So basically you see them just like fly by, and Elphil points at them, and right, just this is for the players. You know the information I'm going to give, but I want to know if the other players know. And the only ones that could know would be Laurent and Brinkk. Roll a nature check.
Normal with something.
Yeah, straight up.
Straight roll.
This is not a monster, so
Ooh, I saw that 17 then turn it.
yeah, I saw
Here
it.
I come.
Yeah. So no, but it's 11 plus 5. Remember that your natures are wisdom based, not intelligence.
Okay, thank you. +5?
Don't worry. So yeah, because you have a wisdom plus 5, right? Or am I wrong?
No, it's +3.
Okay, sorry, plus 3. Thank you for correcting that. So it would be a plus 3. It would be, you still have a 14.
14.
Yeah, those birds are usually near water, like near a beach.
That's
You-
what I was going to ask you as well.
Yeah.
If
So what do you ask?
Well,
my question to you, DM, is if this kind of bird would be, usual sighting for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Some flocks of actual this kinds of birds move between the beaches,
Mhm.
so it's you see them.
All right.
They're quite normal.
So as
hey, Elf,
yes,
are
Oh.
any ghosts here?
of course they're always around here. Well, that takes us, and he's going to wait for everyone to get together as a group. That takes us to the primordial rule in this place: don't kill anything unless it is either completely necessary or unless there's a beast in pain. The woods, well, the wild is a place of balance. Yes,
I think you mentioned at one point
I did.
for hunting, that's necessary. What about self-defense?
Self-defense is fine as long as
You don't have the option to run away. I understand.
exactly, yes.
Thank you.
It's not like it's happened a lot of times, but yes, you may be considered prey. So
Mhm.
in that very case, I will assist you because the beast needs to be controlled anyway. But if you
I
want some
understand.
food, if you want to hunt, you cannot do it here unless you see that the animal is about to be gone. Because we're not interrupting the cycle in that way.
Remember that if they're old, you could also like if
Yeah,
they're
that's what I meant. Like if they were about to go. So please consider and remember that rule. Or if you're feeling hungry or if you need food, just let me know. I will guide you through anyway.
Thank you.
That's all. And I'll turn around and
Nice.
continue to point at Brinkk, like, okay, this is the safe way. You don't want to trip here. Like guiding him through every single rock. He's going to be very meticulous about that because, you know.
Really? Like I will kick some rock and hurt myself?
I mean, the ones that I know, the ones that I know, like okay, that's a little bit of a difficult one.
I can perfectly
while this is
find
happening,
walking in the wood. I think.
I want to know what Danáe, Laurent, and Faawtie are taking. Like, what are you guys doing in the rear?
Faawtie doesn't like this guy. She thinks that he's a. I mean, no. So it's just she keeps like she's really mad that. What's the name of your character, Daniel?
Grael?
I know, Grael.
Grael?
Yeah.
Grael is like yes, please, and she's like mocking him behind, making gestures like she's doing that.
With a 16 passive perception, would I be able to hear that?
No, because
Okay.
Fuddy's like she knows what she's doing. Like,
Okay.
if it was Brinkk, you would definitely hear that. But
Alright, that's
Fuddy's
fair.
stealthy and like she knows how to do that because she's actually been making fun of very dangerous people from where she is.
All right, that checks
This
out.
is not
Okay.
the first time she does that. Yeah.
Checks out.
What about you, the other two characters?
Laurent is going to. He's watching closely at everything Etherfell is doing. Etherfair there, and he pays a quick glance to Grael and Brinkk, and then turns to the to Faawtie and Danáe. What do you make out of this? I know these two are simple, so they act accordingly. But what do you think about this?
You mean the place or the god?
Well, the guy, the foretold part, the whole deal that we need to help him first.
I'd say that I hate prophecies, but I'd say also that they are too common to be trusted to be real in any sense or form.
Too convenient for my liking.
Yeah, exactly. But if it is the way they live here, we have to respect it in a way, I think, and follow along. Plus, we're just getting a benefit out of it. We were stuck, and now we're moving. I think that's all right.
Faawtie.
I mean, yes, we have to go with him, but I don't like him.
He
The
says-
rules and he could kill us before and
Yeah. He said that
Everybody
before.
says that. Yeah.
Yeah. If he tries anything funny, especially with the two on the front, you know what to do.
and Grail is like enamored with the guy. Yes, please.
Don't be jealous.
I wouldn't say that he's enamored. I'd say that he's just trying to do what's right. Actually, by the way, we can
sorry.
just have this conversation like telepathically if you want to.
Yeah. Actually, we know you
Yeah.
for a year, so I would
So
say
yeah,
that
you would definitely have
like-
this conversation
You
telepathically.
know the type of
Yeah.
shit that I can do. So yeah, in this case, I use my telepathic speech, and I get to the three of us to get connected.
Perfect. That's
to the-
amazing.
Yeah.
Diego?
Well, give me 1 second. But before that, Laurent, when you're, because you do this, what you described earlier, but you're looking at what Adolfo
Yeah.
is doing. You're checking him.
I'm trying.
Well-
I'm trying to learn. Like,
Yeah,
I
so-
know this guy is from this place.
Yeah, roll an insight check for that part.
Oh yeah, my specialty.
Meanwhile, this is the closest I've been to like a mean girl situation, and I love this. I love this so
Fuck.
much.
It's at 12. Give me 1 second. I wanna double check something because I don't wanna. Yeah, you know what? Incredibly, what did you roll by the way? 12. Yeah,
12.
you read him. You are able to read him because I mean, dude, your charisma is
Yeah.
on the floor.
Actually, I'm
talking
getting
to
the
Adolfo.
realization
Yeah.
that this guy has been around people since like ever. Bro.
Yeah. Like basically, you start realizing that he may be sound very weird, but it's mainly because the interactions are weird. Like the actual interactions, like the way he talks and the way he's speaking everything correctly, but there's something off. He's not lying, definitely not lying. And the best way to describe this is that if there is something weird about what he's saying, it has to do with the master or father figure. Like that is the one thing that he's definitely like hiding something there. He could be saying something that he's not saying. That's the best thing you get with a 12, because I mean it's still not a good roll. Yeah. But yeah, you get that with that insight check. Brinkk,
Okay.
what were you saying?
I was going to ask you how good I was able to look the seagull.
Good enough.
Good enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try to do it.
Wow.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, because I have a deck of fucking birds, so I don't have all the birds in Foundry. No.
Remember what we took?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Give me 1 sec. I remember all that, but I think I have a bird for you over here. No, I don't. Sorry. But give me 5 seconds. So while Brinkk is concentrating,
While we are walking, I'm looking in the direction of the seagull and try to focus on in that creature. By the way.
yep. So what happens is this: you actually see everyone else, not Alpha, recognize what Brinkk is doing. Is actually
Really?
doing
A
the
hyena
ritual.
now?
Yeah, like he's doing that ritual, but it ends up doing this. And instead of an owl, it's the ghoul, seagull, and
When you
But
say
it's-
ghoul, I imagine a ghoul like a zombie.
No, a bird,
I
a seagull.
know.
A seagull.
It's
Yeah,
a seagull.
Yeah.
Like
A flying
the
ghoul.
scientific term.
It was like,
Like the
"Roll
flying
initiative."
term.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scientific term is ghoul, and I read ghoul in the card, so I now have it stuck in my brain, and I'm sorry, but yeah, a seagull.
It's a seagull.
So a seagull, you see the seagull like in the floor. What does the seagull do?
Brinkk is looking around, looking the rest of the party, and say, I'm move my wings.
But just a second before that, I see Brinkk looking at them, and Edelfer says, "Okay, you have to be very careful with those, because sometimes they drop their and then he looks to his right and he's gone."
You see a seagull in the floor.
Question.
Yeah,
Have we seen
that's
I'm waving my wing, by the way.
have the rest of us seen Brinkk turn into a bird?
No, but
No.
but you haven't asked the important part of it.
Yeah.
The bird is in the floor.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I look at Brinkk and I say, well, that is, I really need to know how to do that. And second of all, please do not drop your things on people or other things, please. Thank you. And Adelfer is just going to continue walking, assuming that Brinkk is going to follow him.
That's really useful. That is. Can you only do small birds? Because your hyena's pretty big.
I'm start to walking.
And you see this just seagull just like walking around. The most unnatural thing you could ever see a seagull doing, because the seagulls like walk a few steps. The seagull is walking for a long ass while, and you're like, what the fuck?
While I'm walking, I'm looking up and trying to mimic the movement of the wings to fly, but I still don't get it.
You want to try, like, pick you up and throw you? Or...
That might work, actually.
Eh?
I know that birds take a few hits while trying to learn to fly. So maybe.
I mean,
you
worst
can-
case scenario, we know he's just gonna pop back into himself.
Yeah. You can try it.
Yeah,
I
so I'll lower my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Try climbing that tree and throw him. See if he can.
So I'm preparing to take off.
So, do you want me to just throw you
Yeah.
from my height, or do you want me to climb the tree and?
Do what you want.
Oh, you can't speak, by the way. You're a seagull, fucker.
Yeah,
No.
you're just squawking.
The seagull rush.
I would say that.
Yeah,
throughout
you
the
see
round.
the wings actually bend and like.
Adelfer
So-
stops for a little second. He turns around. All right, this might be fun. And he goes back to the group. Just a couple steps away, he crosses his arms and he just starts looking at you guys like,
So I'll try
What the hell
to
are you
throw you
doing?
up, like
Yeah.
as if I was giving you a boost to climb something. So I'll do
I'm-
the same.
I'm
and just
Why?
Roll,
in-
roll,
in
wait,
the-
wait,
in
wait,
the-
wait. Roll an athletics check,
Sure.
Grael.
if I have a moment to think, I'll guide myself in this very strange moment. Let me figure out which line of my oath.
no, this is so good. It reminds me of those dogs that people train in Japan that just walk around and take things from stores. So good.
So I won't
fuck.
actually guide myself. I'm gonna guide the bird, and I will say, "You are brave," and I'll throw him up.
I'm starting flapping my wings.
So
Okay, roll.
any check that you have to do.
Grael- Oh fuck. Okay. Brinkk, roll and what would this be? Acrobatics.
Dexterity
Yeah,
saving
roll
throw.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics, I'm looking.
No, because it's not a reaction. He's actually trying to do something, so it's a skill. But yeah, so acrobatics
Acrobatics, can you
or
give
athletics.
can you give me the stat of the seagull, please?
You have them. Just double click the seagull.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
token.
okay,
It's
okay,
not.
okay.
It's an owl. It's an owl.
Okay. And you say athletics? No.
Or acrobatics. I don't care.
Acrobatics.
And add a D4.
And
Yeah.
one D4.
Oh fuck. this is
Let's
so
go! Huh?
Okay.
13.
Okay. So, yeah. So you see, girl, just you first think, oh yeah, he's gonna just put him up, but with a fucking 24, what Grael does is he squats, and you see him like almost touch the ground with the seagull, and just almost like an Olympic just hammer thrower, just like fucking. And you see this tiny fucking ass bird from the actual ground get up to about 25 feet in the air, because like Brinkk is helping this, so he's being aerodynamic, and you see this just like, ah! And from the 25 feet in the air, you see just like this bird flapping, and you for about like 3 seconds, you're like, this motherfucker is doing it. He's falling. He's falling. But with a 13, you're, instead of trying to fly in about the 15 feet mark, you just like just extend your wings and you glide down.
Okay.
So you don't take any damage, because this is not like, you're still a bird. I think it's going to be very mean if you take fall damage with a 13. It's not a bad. It's still a average success. But yes, you're welcome to try this one more time, but it didn't work.
In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm fucking doing it. I'm fucking doing it. I'm fucking falling. Fuck!
So yeah,
No, I will land
are
and
you
drop
gonna stay
no.
as a seagull?
No, I will land and drop my wild chip.
Do you remember the movie Ice Age when they throw the Manny throws
The squirrel?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I don't know. ¿Cómo se llaman? Arihuellas.
Oh.
And
Oh yeah.
she flies.
So for a second you flew.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Think I need more practice.
Roll. Anyone? I really don't care who needs to roll a d12, please.
I will do it.
Okay.
Yep, you rolled over, and there's something that happens that's kind of strange for everyone else, but for Owlbear. Suddenly, while you're because I imagine you kept on walking, just talking about this transformation.
I stopped there for a little bit just to see them. But...
Yeah, but after that, you start walking and you see a deer, and it's a older deer. He eats a male, and he's not with his pack. You recognize this type of behavior.
So, well, this one is too far away and he looks too old. So this one could be sacrificed if you're hungry. Your choice.
Sacrifice. That's a word, actually.
It's yes.
Do we have anything to eat, by the way?
You have your rations.
Yeah, but it's getting quite boring.
What time is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still morning. So you walked about 3 hours before you walking for about 2 more hours. So, I don't know. You start walking at 9.
You're going to do the honors. I'm asking Ethelfair.
Very well. I just look at everyone like.
Do you need any company? Do you need any help? It's not that I'm offering.
It's all right.
I am.
Well, let's do this. He's going to pick his bow. He's just going to pick one arrow, and he's going to aim at him. And before I shoot the arrow, I'm going to say, make sure that you do not feel any pride on this. We're just helping him go where he needs to go. And I release the arrow.
Roll an attack.
Okay.
With advantage, because he doesn't know you're there.
Yes, I
While
need
he's
that
doing that,
advantage.
Grael has taken a javelin sort of behind him, ready to throw it. if you'd be although
I'm taking
probably
this
out of range.
opportunity to check how is Ethelfair with the bow actually. Checking his technique, his
Yeah.
bows.
Of course.
That's
You know
plus
that
9,
actually.
okay.
No, pero
Um,
actually I want to see him.
No,
shoot.
you know about that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. You know about that. Sorry.
Okay.
What do you roll?
I rolled a 6 and a 9 for 18.
15. 6 and 9?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
sorry,
a
the
plus, I
9?
have a plus
Okay.
9 to my
Yeah, sorry. I thought
Mhm.
doesn't matter. Don't worry. I understood you correctly. So yeah, you definitely shoot him. And don't roll damage, by the way.
Okay. It'll be
So
1d8.
you don't. You don't need to.
Oh, okay.
So one of the incredible things that you realize, and Laurent, is that first of all, the pose is immaculate. He could outhunt one of the best hunters in your old town. Like this is an expert marksman. Not all, they're better marksmen. Like the old marksman from your town could beat him in a quote unquote duel, but he's very good. You also recognize that the bow itself is very, very powerful. The way the arrow releases is, it has a force that you're not, like, you know how an arrow releases from the bow. This is a bit harder. It's a bit more precise. And the bow is definitely magical. You know that just by a glance, but now you recognize this. And you see Adolfo aim at basically behind the front, the end of the front leg, the torso. And the shot is clear, is precise, and the deer just doesn't even exhale in a dramatic way. It's almost anticlimactic, because you're like, what the, like, and it just drops, and it's there.
As
Brinkk
soon
will,
as he drops, oh, sorry.
sorry, let me see. Let me say something that the moment that the shoot is it's done, and I say in Druidic some word to Runic and bow to the deer.
Do you mention Runan's name on the actual
Yes.
phrase?
Yes.
Okay,
I said,
so
blah blah blah, running, blah blah blah.
yeah.
But
So
basically, what I wanted to say is go your spirit to
yeah.
go and beyond.
May your spirit find Runan where he lies. Something like that.
I'm
Yeah,
Jose.
don't worry.
I'm not a poet.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all good. That's you have the DM to help you with that.
Thank you.
That is not a poet, but just bullshits around.
I should be able to recognize that name, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Okay.
recognize the name, but the language is absolutely foreign for you.
So I turn to Brinkk and I say, I've heard that name before. Is that a prayer?
You can say that.
Come, follow me. And I'm going to not run, but I'm going to walk very quickly towards the deer to check if they're still alive or not.
I'm following.
No. With that attack, and it has the deer has 4 hit points, so like it's not a, like, for your actual bow, it's, if you rolled a 1 in the damage, you already killed him.
Mhm.
So
Overkill.
he's absolutely,
Yeah.
no, absolutely, like
Finish
your
him.
bow, yeah, like your bow in the like the worst thing it can do is I don't know, where the fuck can I see that? I have to shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
The damage is. I'm gonna roll it just for my
Oh.
edification. Yeah, so it's a +4.
Yeah.
So
So
you
yeah,
roll,
8
you,
damage
you roll a
will be-
1 and so you absolutely kill him.
Mhm.
You go there. It's dead.
Yep.
I imagine you start cutting into it to.
Not right away. I mean,
Mhm.
first, as soon as I get to him, I'm going to pick up my dagger and just check if he's still alive to, give a
Mhm.
killing blow. But since he's dead, I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to look at Brinkk and offer him a hand to join me. And I'm just going to put my hand on the deer's head and start, caressing his head. And I start to say a prayer in Celestial. I say, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us a part of yourself. And I will always remember you for who you were and what you've done. And then I look at Brinkk and I say, well, it's done. Shall we?
Yes.
And then I start cutting a little bit, trying to separate the hide, like being very meticulously about maximizing the amount of resources we get out of him. Like I tried to get the hide as clean as I can, and then all the meat and everything else as clean as I can.
Actually, I would join Idle Fair
Mhm.
in this endeavor because I want to harvest some parts for myself.
What do you want to harvest?
The horns. You said that it was a pretty old and a male, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess he has a.
Yeah, it has not huge horns because this is not an American deer or a European deer.
Mhm.
It's a bit smaller, but you can get the horns absolutely.
Did we kill a voodoo?
No, what you killed was Wemul,
Mhm.
Okay.
the big one. The big.
Oh no!
Why?
Now we have like 1,000.
But they were old.
Yeah, he was old.
It
No,
was its time.
yeah.
But by the way, the Wemul in this fantasy land is not an extension. Don't fucking worry.
Yeah, there's
you
a
didn't
lot
commit a
of
crime. They're like, you're good.
Yeah.
Also, if you
I-
see one, you're really lucky, by the way. Like in
Yes.
real life, you
Mhm.
can be really lucky. Yeah, they're gorgeous. My God.
I want the horns, like at least some part, and you see that I put it on vial, similar that I did with the bark of the tree.
Mhm.
Yep.
And yeah, actually, I'm not paying attention to the meat and the hide. I leave that to you. Taking other parts.
Yeah. Roll a medicine check while you're there, Laurent.
Yeah. A straight roll.
Yeah, because this is not a monster.
Okay.
But with a 20, you realize that you can use part of the inner organs. It's like stomach, the bile acid, to further investigate like different ways to create your potions and your
Yeah.
elixirs.
I
So
have
you want-
yeah. I was going to say that I have proficiency with alchemy supplies and poisoner's kit and Everlin's kit. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for everything that I could use on
So
front
grab
too.
write down the I forget the name of the organ, but it's basically where the bile is made, the bile, the acid bile. Write that down, and you would I would let you get the if I'm not mistaken, I could correct this later, but I don't. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
the
We can
liver?
check it later.
The liver. Yeah, but I think the liver is the one that makes another kind of fluid that can be synthesized for a poison.
Okay.
So you take both of those, apart from the horns. While you're doing this, one of the things that Adolfo starts doing with the actual body is that he creates like spaces where you can grab the meat. So
Mhm.
like the actual leg, for example. So it has like natural handles. It starts giving each of you a piece of the main part you want, like Edifo would actually try to get, is the meat of the legs,
Of the legs,
and
yeah.
then he would try to get part of the body.
This
So,
deer was
everyone pick up- oh,
was old,
sorry.
right? This
Mhm.
deer was old, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And sick or only old?
No, it wasn't. He wasn't sick.
Okay.
But Edifo would know that when an older deer is not with his like herd,
Mm-hmm.
what he knows is that he cannot reproduce. So he starts like basically roaming around the woods, like basically waiting for death.
Okay.
It's not a very uncommon practice, and they usually die by falling in a cliff or in a fight with a younger deer. Like the death of those types of deer are not very good, so it's a very optimal thing.
This is a better
Yeah, so-
way to pass.
It is definitely more decent than just disappearing and not knowing where it is. Sometimes, well, we find them. I find them and I follow them for a while, and you get to know them. So this one did not deserve to be so far away.
No.
It's better this way.
It's better this way.
Well,
I
everyone,
cannot-
gather up.
We're gonna.
And
do it.
yeah. So I just start distributing any sort of meat that I collect from this beast. Laurent, I don't really mind you like trying to get the horns, because I understand that can be useful as well. So every piece of the animal that can be of use, I just let you have it, no problem. So that is, as long as you make good use of it, and it's always for good and for the protection of the wild. Would you promise that?
I don't make any promises. I don't know what I'm making with this, and not what I'm using to. But I will make the most use of it. That's
Okay.
for certain.
Well, at least as long as you don't do anything wrong with it, then I would ask you that for its name.
Okay.
Very well, thank you. I get ready, I get up, I try to put everything on my shoulders, like all the meat and all the different hides and resources that I get from him. Shall we go then? We still have a little bit of a way.
Mhm.
Please,
Okay.
let's move along.
Let's move.
Yes.
And I'm just going to
Yeah. Who is grabbing a piece of meat, like basically a leg? Perfect. So you have the 4 legs, and you can take the 4 legs and one more, like ribs or what are you taking, Edifil?
I am definitely taking one of the better cuts. That is one of the ribs, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking a huge piece because I don't eat that much meat. It's just to make use of the animal
Yeah,
himself.
remember, you're not taking it for you, technically.
Yeah.
I'm just reminding you. So,
I
Grael,
know.
what you doing?
And we put the other pieces in the bag of holding. I don't know how full it
Actually-
is. Like if we have.
It
already has a lot of stuff.
like the back. Yeah, it has a lot of stuff. I would. I haven't calculated how much
Mhm.
space you have left, but you have space left. Don't worry. Like you can.
Yeah.
You just need to explain to the elf boy that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever we are not using, we should leave it to the predators nearby. Maybe it would make our travel easier if we don't have to worry about owlbears and whatnot.
Correct.
It's
Maybe
kind.
something
it's,
will
it's
grow
kind
here.
part of the mode. It's kind to be part of this place. I'm gonna walk again.
Yeah, words are
But
difficult, don't worry.
I mean, the blood will draw predators, and won't they follow the smell of blood to track us? Or
Well, that is true.
Well, it would be the natural way anyway. They would get here with or without our help.
By the way, this is more than a Diego thing. You would know that when you actually do this, you need to bleed out the animal. It takes a bit. So the actual pieces of meat don't have a lot of blood.
blood?
It
Yeah.
will
okay.
spill, but it doesn't you don't trail blood around behind you.
The
It's
more
not that
you
bloody.
know.
One thing, as I who's putting the bag in? Sorry, the leg in the bag of holding.
I think everyone.
No,
No.
I want to eat it. I want to
Yeah.
eat
I mean, they're pretty big. It's not like we're going to be eating them
Okay.
on the way.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it's just-
raw.
Also, we haven't cooked it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Grael is not that desperate.
Yeah. Okay. So you all go out with those cuts of meat. You keep on walking in the woods. It's getting a bit hard on you because it's a lot of weight. Like this was an adult deer. It was like a 1.6 meters.
That was huge. That was pretty
Yeah,
big.
it was a big deer. It was it's a medium creature. It's not a small creature. It's a lot bigger than the small deer that you saw last time. You keep on walking. The question remains: are you doing anything else from here to the tree? You have about 3 hours of travel
I will ask.
with the meat.
I don't think how are everyone, but if we can pause in the walk to the tree to make a short rest, that will be very fine by me. I will be very thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a seagull carrying a piece of meat.
Mechanically, I just use all my wild chips.
Yeah, but still, it's basically on brand that you take a rest right now. You've been walking for a while. You've been walking with a lot of weight. You don't want to get exhausted. You rest for an hour in some patch of place, and you start realizing something now. You've been working for a long time, and you haven't encountered anything bad or the woods seem a lot peaceful, a lot more peaceful when Idelfer is around. You don't know if it's because of his presence or if he's walking in a particular way. You don't know exactly what happened, but the woods are gentle right now. So give me 1 second. I am gonna prepare the scene of.
I think that Brinkk will make that comment. Say to sorry, Juan, your name characters.
Edelfair.
Ederfell.
Yeah. Voy a poner el spelling aquí porque ya es complicado. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, by the way,
sorry.
Believe me, it's
the name
good.
wasn't chosen by him.
Yeah.
The name was already chosen.
It's okay. It's okay. Brinkk don't care, so don't worry. I think that Brinkk will say that for a place this big, this green, and with so much nature, it's so freaking weird that no.
Quiet?
What?
Quiet?
Yeah, that. It's too quiet.
Well, that is the balance of the wild. When the wild is in balance, everything is okay. When you hear conflict, when you hear people fighting, when you hear animals fighting for no reason, that is when you hear noise. That is when you hear, well, whatever you want to hear.
Diego,
At least I see it that way.
The DM,
Mhm.
I have a little lore question.
Mhm.
How much I hear about this this much about balance from my mentors? It's something that is more common, or it's I think that or it's more focused here.
You realize that the balance that he speaks of is the in a weird way is the chaos of your tribe. Your
Okay.
tribe is almost
It's
chaos
chaotic.
based in the sense of like you realize everything is chaotic. The desert, the animals in this desert, the way your people move, the way you people commune with Ronan, everything is chaotic because Ronan is not a definite, like he's not definitely lawful or definitely chaotic. You could be either or and follow him. But it's the way you commune with nature it's infinitely more chaotic than balancy, for weird way.
Okay.
But it makes sense, by the way. It's not like this thing is what he's saying is so weird for you. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it, but like let the things do what they're gonna do. Like you're more of that attitude.
It's more like it's another way to think the same thing that I'm thinking.
Yeah. And you realize that, by the way. It's not that complex.
Okay.
So when the walk when you get here, you get into this huge tree. Like it's a massive tree. Even now that you're beside it, you realize like how tall is this thing? You can't realize how tall it is. It's so tall that the actual canopy starts about you would say insect in my room. You would say the canopy starts about 15 feet tall, and it is about, you stop seeing clearly about like in the 25 mark. It's too dense to see what's ahead, and you're there, and Edelfair, it's your home. You take it away.
Very well. We've made it to my place. Just give me 1 second. This is actually not for me. Or no, actually you better stay away. He might be hungry. And I'm just going to walk a little bit ahead.
Move your token.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's true. We have tokens. We have technology.
It's not just in our minds.
Thank you, Bill Gates, for creating operative systems. So I'm just going to walk like in this direction. I don't think we're not taking like turns, but just trying to move this correctly.
That is a big tree.
Yes.
It is a huge tree. So I'm just gonna walk around and find my way around the tree
move back.
Yeah, and moved it a little bit too far. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, move it there, and when you're there, you all hear and suddenly this hulking figure appears from behind the tree.
I call out, Gilfy!
And you see that. I don't know if you can see it, by the way.
We can't see it,
but
no.
You hear this massive like, ooh, just like, ooh, ooh. That's the best impression I have for that shit. If you want to move around and try to look at it, the thing, that just feel free to move. You're not an initiative, but
from where is the sound coming?
I think other side of the tree.
The tree to the right. And from your perspective, you're seeing the tree is the tree, and to the right.
I can find my token. Where's my token?
Your
bottom left.
It's here. I moved it so you can see it.
Right.
Don't worry. Yeah. if we're not, if you can't see
Oh.
your token very well with this kind of opacity in the image, you need to tell me, because this is a work in progress for you guys. I've been working a lot to keep the immersion and don't like see the trees, but
Works
be
great.
below them. Yeah.
It's cool, and I think the recording is look good too. I hope.
That's good. So yeah, you see this huge monster basically, and he is nuzzling here near Owlbear and sees the meat and tries to peck at it while you have it.
No, not too fast. Not too fast. Let's do it the proper way. I'm just going to take it off my shoulder and put it on the grass, and I'm going to take a step away so that he can start gnawing.
And he just
You're so
just start
good.
eating and just nods. And this is a weird relationship.
Mhm.
It's a fully grown owlbear, fully grown, not a pup, a fully grown owlbear, acting like a pup
What?
I'm
with him.
I'm gonna give him
'cause
screeches
now
on the
that-
side of his face, by the way.
Yeah. Now that you guys are getting near, you see him like frown a bit and move and put his like winged claws in front of the meat, like on a defensive stand of the meat. But then he sees you having meat, and you're like, and almost just going towards the meat, waiting for you, Owlbear, to give him like an instruction. He's like,
Oh no, this is going to be bad.
I'm going
Okay,
to
Gilfy,
motion the-
relax. That's not your food. That's your food. I'm gonna try to push his head down a little bit, and I'm just going to signal at everyone like, put your things away.
I'm going to motion the group like, don't step closer to the Owlbear. When I see Brinkk and Danáe getting closer.
yeah, and he stays there, and he's like, and you push his door and his head, and he's eating.
Yeah. Okay.
Brinkk is
Okay,
doing
Now, slowly.
Brinkk is doing some movement with his hand and say in Druidic some word and casting speak with animals.
But okay, let me think about this. I don't want to. That's
Yeah,
very
this
cool.
is a DM.
But that is a
DM's
monstrosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but he's a pet.
never mind.
So I'm gonna allow it. No, I'm gonna allow it, but only because he's a pet. Like he's
It's learned how to speak.
That's the only
bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he-
Okay. This is
Okay, because,
this is
like,
Jose
if
making
you
a
do
very
this
big
with
mistake.
a
Sorry.
wild- No, it's not. It wasn't a mistake, but technically speaking, if you try to talk with a regular owlbear, it wouldn't help. But this is a civil, quote unquote civil owlbear.
It's an
So
owl,
you
and
can
it's a
actually
bear
touch
is like a double beast. It works the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just listening.
or he's eating. He's like,
Yeah. He says nom nom nom
like
nom.
almost
nom,
like
nom, nom.
humming. Yeah, like humming almost. Like you hear happiness right now. What do you guys are doing? Faawtie, Danáe, now that Owlbear is motioning you to come near.
No, I stay behind Laurent.
Okay.
Laurent knows this stuff. I'm going to stay behind him. That's it.
Okay.
I move
Perfect.
closer, but
Mhm.
really like wary and like looking around and like ready for anything.
I'm just gonna look
Okay.
at Faawtie and say, "Don't go near his food. You should be fine. This isn't that weird of a relationship." And I'm gonna step forward.
Yeah, and you start stepping forward, and you realize that because I forgot the name of the owl bird.
That's Gilfie.
Gilfie.
Yeah,
Gilfie. Yeah, Gilfie is already like he kind of knows now that Elfair knows that you are there. Gilfie is like all right with you guys. It's good. You're good for him. The one thing that you notice is that he's eating, and for in a while, not long, he starts looking up with a bit more curiosity. You realize that he wasn't that hungry. He just smelled meat, and I was like, ooh.
Food.
But really, he's good. Like he's a very well-fed owlbear.
Like dog smelling dentist stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How long has you
what do
been together?
Oh, we've been together for a while. I found him. And by the way, this is something that Ethelfair hasn't done with you, but now that you see him, it's pretty strange. But you actually see him smile when he is with Gilfie, and he says, "Well, I found him. There was a territorial fight, let's say, between his family and a family of other beasts, and he was left alone and wounded, and that would be not giving life a chance. So I took him. I had to break a little bit of the pact with the wild, but Umbriel allowed me, and he's been living here ever since. And he's such a great boy, aren't you?" And he just starts scratching his head a little bit more, like trying to get under the feathers, like trying to, just playing with him a little bit. So that's the story. He has a lot to learn about the outsides, but I'm actually trying to teach him how to survive in the wild. He cannot stay here forever. One day or another, he'll have to come back. One day.
Wonderful.
The towns and cities are filled with people keeping, well, this kind of beings that they shouldn't. This is the first time that I see this kind of bond, actually.
Well, when you have someone from the very beginning, you make friends, right? And then I look at all of you, like trying to assume that you're all friends. But yeah, I've seen these being taken, being hunted, being killed by the tribesmen from far away. Not something I support, I think. So I always come out and protect them, but
Tribesmen?
this one is just special. Yes.
From where?
Well, let me just look at my map here.
It's
Well, there are other people that come around here. You're not the first people who arrive at this place, but you did arrive in a group in a very different circumstance, apparently. I've seen people wander around. I've seen people like you pointing at Faawtie. I've seen people like you walking and getting lost in here. I've seen people die in the woods, in the wild, just being taken as prey. Or other people that just come here to do harm or to have fights with the other tribes. And, well, they know me, they know to respect the space. At least I hope so. Actually, lately that has not happened too much. Their behavior is changing. And that is getting dangerous around that area. Everywhere, really, everywhere they're found, they're either genuinely lost because they're escaping something, or because they just want to do something and I don't know what it is, but their behavior has not been good. That's why I cannot let him go so far yet. Just start playing with the Gylfie again.
So strangers are acting weird. The forest is not acting weird. And you still need help. So the help you
I
need
do.
is from the other people.
Well, it's not like you can talk to them
I don't
about
care.
how the wild works.
Oh, you're right. Right.
Also, to be honest, most of them would not know what to do, or they would not care because, well, their matters as a tribe are more important than the matters of the wild, apparently. But it's not like I have a lot of help here.
You, Brinkk,
Mm-hmm.
hear Gylfie say, like looking at Elfair and say something along the lines of, "Why are you talking? You talk a lot right now." Like, and he's literally like wondering why he's talking. That is a genuine, like, not concern, like he's curious.
Curious.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why are you talking?
yo?
And
Me?
you realize, like, no, like, why is Edelfair talking? Like, he looks at her like, what the
Like, what is he
This is
talking
the-
about?
no, more like, what?
Oh.
Why are you talking? Literally. Like,
Oh,
why are
oh.
you like literally
You don't
talking?
have a reason usually to talk to
Yeah.
anyone.
Like, even when Gylfie, you're not vocal. Like, you're like, oh, you make sounds. You don't
Mhm.
technically speak. So this is probably the first time Gylfie's heard you talk more than two words at a time.
Mhm.
So he's very confused.
I'm seeing that Brinkk without even darse cuenta,
Realize
realize that he's doing it. He's explaining, if that, your friend are explaining us the problem that in the woods and the problem with the other tribes. We're trying to help it, and that's
and Gylfie looks at you like, why can't I understand you? And by the way, Alfer,
Yeah.
you see Gylfie like literally, where is Brinkk? Brink's over there. Gylfie steps like not menacingly, like curiosity is like, wait,
whoop.
yeah, there.
Oh, I thought he was closer. Oh, okay. I need to look at the map. Yeah, I'm just going to look at the two of them and wonder, like, okay, what is generally going on here? Like that kind of face. Can you actually
and-
talk to him?
yeah.
What is he saying?
He's asking, why are you talking so much? It's like he has never heard you talk even any time.
Oh, that's right. Well, you've never really heard me say more than one thing, and that's your name, isn't it? Can you?
And he looks at you.
My
he looks-
my mood
he
changes.
looks-
Like,
Yeah, he looks at you, and he smiles, but like he nods, but then he looks at Brinkk and say, "Why can you understand me and he can't?"
That's a very good question.
And then he gets distracted and looks around and says Grael in his shiny armor and is like, shiny. And starts
Actually,
sniffing.
My armor is. I took it off when we were moving around, but he could have seen the shiny shield.
Oh, yeah, the shiny shield. I didn't know that, but yeah, that makes absolutely sense. He's shiny and starts getting and sniffing.
Yes,
You
it's
see
very
this,
shiny.
What?
And he actually steps literally wait there.
I'm looking at Edelfair to see, like, good, bad. Like, my animal handling
Sorry,
isn't
he's-
terrible, but I've never seen a creature like this, so
yeah. Well, I'm walking next to him, like trying to have physical contact with him.
Brink is
So
smiling.
it's not like, I'm not just leaving him alone. I'm just going to be like, okay, it's like when I'm walking my dog with a leash, right? It's just like that.
I think
Should
that it's
I-
just curious.
Okay. Should I give him a treat? Scratch something?
Sure.
I'm used to like big lizards, not. This has feathers and fur.
Do I need
Harder
you?
to
The owl-
scratch.
Do I
The
feel?
owlbear?
Wait,
The
wait,
owlbear-
wait. You said giant
Yeah.
lizard. Do I feel weird about that?
No, you know them.
Okay.
The giant lizards from
Yeah.
your land.
No, it's
They
like
know- that's
it's like.
normal.
Are you referring to real giant lizard or me?
Real giant lizards. I don't
Okay.
pet you.
No, I hope
We're not like that.
No.
And when the owlbear gets close to Laurent and you Brinks hear him say, "What?" and the owlbird's looking at your coat, and he doesn't like it, but it's not you, it's the coat. But he looks at you, and he's very confused.
I'm still, but everyone that traveled with Laurent for some time could see that he's quite uncomfortable. Yeah. So he's like trying to not pay attention too much. It's like, yeah. Leave me alone.
And the owlbear like looks at you, then looks at Owlbear and looks at you again. And he wants to touch your coat with his beak. Not to attack you, but literally to would you let him do that?
I'm translating by the way.
I'm going to try to hold him a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Just to make sure he doesn't
then-
attack or anything.
And then you're like, no, he's not attacking. He's literally like he wants to touch the pelt because
Just in case.
of course.
trying to
Of course.
hold it just in case.
And he halts and looks weary and he stays there, and then he realizes that there's two people he hasn't met yet, and he goes and sniffs Danáe.
Like drop that, play that to avoid that.
Play dead. No, you don't need to play dead. Just calm down. He's going to be nice to you. I'm just going to continue like screeching him a little bit, just to keep him calm. You may want to, and one thing I'm gonna try to do, but of course Danáe is not going to hear. I'm going to try to do the mental thing, like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? He's going to be good. Don't worry. But of course she's not going to hear it.
Do you look at me like frowning and trying like to?
Yeah, I love like you see me focusing on your eyes, like trying to assert that kind of communication.
It's like when you're little and try to use the force.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I think let me how perception. I think I have shit for perception, so I don't think I'm gonna
really
get
bad
it.
at
But yeah, I'm really bad at it. So yeah, no, I'm just very tense. And although Danáe I think is rather big, I think the owlbear is bigger, like taller, and of course more impressive, like bodily wise. I have a question for you, Diego. Would I have ever met an owlbear before, like in the underground and stuff like that? No, not really. Yeah.
No, because what you do, like, just so you understand that you do have some relationship with not magical, but monstrosities, technically, with griffins and things like that. Like, things that actually fly, you know more, because those are the kind of creatures that your people actually, they ride.
Yeah.
But not this kind of things.
Yep.
And then he goes towards Faawtie. and he realizes that you're like afraid, but you don't smell bad. Yeah.
I grab all the symbols. She doesn't care. She just grabs them all and tries to play it cool, like okay, yeah, and try to look bigger, you know.
And when you do that, and when you grab all your symbols, they like clatter and they make a bit of noise. And Brinkk, you hear, ooh, toy. And he puts his beak next to all the amulets to see
Brinkk
and sniff.
I won't say anything. I start to laughing loud.
I'm going to extend my arm a little bit towards. I'm going to extend my arm towards Faawtie. I'm going to say, okay, just breathe slowly. Don't let him see that you're nervous. Everything is okay.
And he tries to move your arm with his beak, and when he does, all the actual metal parts clank and clink and just make noises, and he's like, and he moves up and down like he likes the actual noise. There's no like, and this is not the Owlbear. He doesn't hear like clanking metal at all. So when he hears it, is like again, and he moves and he says he says again. Brinkk listens to that, and then he moves your hand one more time, and it clanks and clatters. He moves one more time again, and you're like, what the fuck's happening with this giant beast?
Okay, I think he wants to play.
Okay, take away your pet, please. Too much pet.
Here, look at the shield again, and I like hit the shield a couple times, like clunk clunk.
And you do that, and he just goes rushing, passing, like moving Danáe and Brinkk away. So you guys actually move one square away.
Yeah. Would I be able to hold him? Just like
no,
so that he doesn't go running. Oh crap! Okay.
No, because you didn't know that Grael was gonna do that.
Yeah.
So he just fucking runs, and you see clanking, and you see him basically trying to follow the sound. So he's not trying to get at the shield. He's like interested in the sound right now.
I like your friend. It's very entertaining. It's very funny. I'm saying to editor, to you, Juan.
Oh, to me. Okay. Well, it's him. Someday he will grow up. Okay, no, don't too fast. And then, well,
yeah.
Do we have this? We still have the raw meat, right?
Yep.
I'm going to ask Edelfer.
Metal Gear. You don't mind that if I make a fire here, right?
not at all. I actually have a place around here, let's say, and I start. If I can, I don't know if I can see it from here. I think I do.
You're able to see it from
yeah,
where you are, yeah.
I think I'm able to see it. Well, we can definitely do something. We can just put the meat away for a little bit and just prepare what we're going to need.
I will handle it. You continue with this. And I'm going to make the fire.
Yep. When you go there and make the fire lights up. Please. Oh! Shit. There. Did you see the fire light up?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That was
good stuff.
Yeah. So you see the fire light up, and you start putting up the meat, so you could actually start cooking. Yeah, by the way, the actual place where you're at gets a bit quiet. Gylfie actually gets somewhat bored with you very quickly and goes back to where the piece of meat that Ilfer gave him and starts not eating. And you realize, like, now that there's no tension, there's a huge owlbear there, but you're there. Laurent is cooking, and we're gonna take a break right now. A bio break. We'll be back in a second for you guys, in a bit for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys.
Hello and welcome back. Our adventurers are now starting to cook the meat they got from a hunt, and wondering what they're gonna do next. The owlbear Gylfie is gnawing at the piece of meat that Ilfer just gave him, and not paying attention at all.
So what the
You guys
fuck
are
are
gonna-
we going to do?
We're going to stick around, learn how to survive in the forest, help Ethelfair with issues, and then hopefully get back to civilization, figure out where we are, if it's going to be weeks, months, or if they even know of Ashast where we are.
Yeah, I was asking for today.
Eat.
Someone can help me.
Danáe, Faawtie, are you going to stay behind where the owlbear is, or are you going to the campfire?
No.
No, by
Go to the
the
campfire.
fire.
I'm asking. I'm asking because I just want to know.
It's like when they call you for the barbecue, like, hey, are you gonna stay with the potatoes, or are you going? Yeah.
So
yeah,
what you doing?
Yeah, as Ethelfair looks at everyone, getting around the camp, he's going to whisper to himself, "Is this the final sign I've been waiting for, Umbriel?" And I'm going to look around to see if he's there, but I know he's not gonna be there.
Not for this.
Yeah, so I just say to myself, okay, you can do this. And he's going to start walking towards the group. And he's basically going to join them in the fire.
It's around like midday afternoon.
It's lunchtime. It's after midday. Like it's 4 o'clock. Like you're hungry. So I imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, Laurent, I imagine you're making a small stew with the pots that are around for the lunch, and then you're basically getting the pieces of meat around the fire so they cook slowly.
Yeah.
If you're,
I think all we have is meat, so yeah.
I mean, around the campfire, you see some onions on the ground, and Elfer has some like rations, so loose vegetable roots and things like that.
I'm gonna make use of them.
Yeah,
like, without
So
asking.
you make a stew.
Remember to ask.
No, I just started already.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that they don't know how to make proper meat, and I'm just going to pull out just a little bit of spices and start, like offering them. Like, okay, you can. This will make it taste a little bit better, I think. And I'm just going to offer them to Laurent.
All right, thanks. I'm gonna spice the meat and.
I'll pay attention to what that looks like, just in case.
It actually is quite similar to what at home you use to cure meat. It's not the same, but it's similar. The aroma's a bit
Wonderful.
different though. Yeah. Um.
So from
What you
here,
doing?
yeah, I'm just going to sit down with them, and I'm going to take a deep breath. And well, I don't think we had the best of the beginnings here, but the truth is, I really need your help. Well, during my training, my master Umbriel would speak of an enemy of the wild. And that is, well, something he called the witches.
The witches.
That's how he called them. But what I know is they
The
only
coven,
know.
actually.
Yeah, but
The coven.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
I relay that information.
Yeah.
But their name is not important. What they do is what is important. They only know death, destruction, darkness, despair, things that do not belong in the wild. My master Umbriel, well, he and his kin really fought with the coven a long time ago, and that was when I was not here. And the coven was defeated eventually, but it cost him his family, and he was severely wounded. And the beasts here suffered, and the trees, the plants suffered. And he was left alone. And now, well, you may not notice it, but all my life here, I've seen the same thing all the time. Just the peacefulness, the beauty of this place. And lately, something has been moving. Beasts are moving away from their homes. The tribes are bringing their conflict here, where they shouldn't. And now, for some reason, all 5 of you appear right here in the right place at the right time. So I will get you to safety. I will get you anywhere you want to go, but I need to ask you to help me. I will fight this fight by myself if it needs to be, but I'm not enough. Even though he says so.
Well, I can only speak from myself, and I know it has been a kinda weird beginning, but now you are talking about things I can understand. Where are this coven that you are talking about?
Between all of this, you actually, well, those who are perceptive enough, I would say, you actually see him kind of holding himself, like shaking a little bit, but he's making an effort to hold himself. Well, where we live here in Nilal, it's where everything is, as you see, peaceful, balanced, as it should be. 2 days away, you will find the wall. You'll find Duru. It's a barren land. And right after that, you will find Saban. That's their home. That wood was lost to them. And now they want ours.
They won't
I
have
cannot
it.
let that happen.
They don't have it. They won't have it.
I hope so. Look, this place is everything I have. I will not let them take it. So I need to ask you this.
I don't know
think-
about you guys, but for me, it's an obvious and very simple answer.
For the first time in a long time, we have a choice. We can decide to get involved or not, and I will respect anyone's freedom to make that choice, but I know what I will choose to do.
And I will respect any choice you make as well.
Laurent, roll a history check with advantage. When you heard witches and coven, so that is a
Hell
trigger for
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah. I'm doing my thing, guys.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, a 19. With a 19, you know this. You know that covens are very dangerous. They're very weird. They're not common. Covens are groups of witches that end up communing in a usually a common thread. Usually is there's two ways a coven is formed that you know of. One is they have one common enemy. Second is a common cause. And third, one witch is so powerful that is dominating the other. The third one is far the craziest one and the weirdest one and the strongest one. You don't know which one this is, but what you do know is that the scale that he's talking about, this has to be like, this is not a common enemy. This could be a common cause, and this could be a strong witch that is making this together. The other thing you know is that, and this is more regarding your travel from one realm to the another. You know that hags or witches or the covens are usually are not from here. They're not from the quote unquote material world.
Okay.
You would know that they are from another realm. You wouldn't know which one is.
Well, so far everything has been weird with you. It's kind of awkward for me. I mean, my livelihood is kill things like that, and I point to the Owlbear. So you are the type of guys that would shoot me on the spot if I came here on petition of a tribe, a townsfolk, whatever. But what you are saying now is a job, and you are offering payment, and that I can understand. I know a thing of two of witches and covens, and I can share that with you. So
I'm gonna look the rest of the group.
I don't know. Grael wanted to say something. I want to know what is Faawtie and Danáe thinking as well. But go, Grael.
No, I just sort of notifying my approval of Laurent's
Okay.
choice.
Me too.
Danáe, Faawtie, what are you thinking right now?
I mean, Faawtie is really afraid of anything like witches or stuff like that. But she understands that. No, I mean she agrees. She agrees that they shouldn't be allowed to do whatever they're doing. So she agrees.
Perfect. Danáe.
Yeah. I don't know about these witches, but they sound awful, and I'd like to help if I can. Although maybe somebody could call me a witch, so maybe we can talk them out of doing bad stuff. But I'll go.
Do you
okay,
want
so
to
this is-
hurt the wood, Danáe?
Sorry.
Do you want to hurt the wood?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
You want to hurt the
You
wood.
want to hurt the wood?
Oh no, not at all. No.
So-
I love it here.
So you are not like them.
Danáe, maybe you've been called witch, but in a city or something like that, a town
Yeah.
maybe. But when they talk about witches, they're talking about hags,
Okay.
technically
okay.
speaking.
Yeah, sure.
So it's not a witch in that term; it's more of a hag. So
Okay.
you a character would know that. You may confuse yourself. So,
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Well, while you're talking about this, you're eating the stew that Laurent has been making. You feel the aroma of the slow cooked meal, slow cooked meat, and you are for a second in somewhat of a meeting place. You've all seen eye to eye right now, and in this moment, you Edelfair smile because you know who's coming, and from behind him, almost from thin air, a unicorn appears.
No
And-
way.
and almost bows.
Wait.
And Edelfair, how do you react to this unicorn?
I just turn around. I see him. I stand in sort of like in position of attention. I bow to him and then I approach to hug him as well.
He when you bow, he bows with almost a curtsy where one foot is flexing and the other one is stretching.
Mhm.
And when you come and hug him, he with his actual neck, he grabs a hold of you as well, like he's nuzzling you. And how do your characters react to him?
You have
Eh,
never seen one before, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
to
like-
me, it's like super normal. So
Yeah, like NFL just reacts like almost like, oh yeah, you. There you go.
yeah,
every minute I love this place so freaking more.
What
I
I
know.
want to know what Grael would do. Sorry, then I have it.
He has
This
a
is-
moment, and then he closes his eyes and goes, "Where evil hides, I have sight." And I use divine sense to try and determine because he got a sense of what this might be, and he just wants to verify.
This is a celestial fucking creature.
Yeah, he just has like a dopey grin as he's just like sitting there watching. It's like confirmation of everything that he'd been thinking about this forest, and like this is a place of good. And yeah, he's like just happier than
then
he's
I
been.
sorry.
in
What?
years.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What are you gonna say?
I think she's really impressed, and I would go then and try to like speak to it and Sylvan like, "Hi, can you talk?" Something like that.
And when you ask that, he says, "Yes, certainly."
Oh
But he
shit!
doesn't move he doesn't move his mouth.
Okay.
and he's not speaking to your brain. It's almost an all-encompassing voice. Like all of you hear this voice, and you hear it in Sylvan, and every other one of you hears it in a language as pure, quote unquote, as can be. So if you hear Sylvan, you hear Sylvan. If you can hear in Celestial, you hear in Celestial. If you don't hear any of those, it would revert to Druidic or Common.
Okay.
So you would actually hear the voice in Druidic. So every one of you is hearing a different thing. Actually, I forgot to do this. Give me 1 second.
Oh, is there a mini? Yeah.
No, something in my opinion is a bit better, but I need to. He says this. Hello, all of you, and thank you for being here with him. I see you have accepted quest. I needed to know that he could get partners before I showed myself. Do you have any questions? I am here to resolve them.
What do I know about the unicorns?
Roll with advantage, my friend.
History?
Yeah. I think. I mean, if you have any other
Arcana, maybe?
Yeah, you could roll Arcana if you like. I mean, keep the roll and add your proficiency. I don't mind. I haven't seen it, by the way. Whatever you like. If you want to roll again.
I rolled 17 in total.
Okay.
Arcana, I have a plus 5.
Yeah, you know they're very rare, very timid creatures that are connect directly with the celestial realm. They have usually some quest that some saint or true elf or demigod gave them. You've heard of people trying to hunt them, but they usually never can. Like, this is one of those things that a weird mage goes to your town and says, oh, I need this unicorn is doing some bad things to this place, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they go and try to say something and catch him or do him, and they realize they're like, no, like he's protecting this thing. He needed the horn for some ritual or shit like that. Like that, that, and they're good, typically not aligned good creatures. Yeah, that's all you know.
In Druidic, I will ask, are you the spirit of this place?
Wait. By the way, do
Sorry.
Filters.
No, so that's mine. That's mine. Can you understand when I'm speaking with the effect?
Yeah, it's over there.
Okay.
Yeah, with the reverb, it can be understand.
I can't say I'm the spirit. I'm a spirit of the wilds. My master gave my family, my kin and me, this post. This is a special place in this world. This is a place where the veil of realms flicker, where multiple realities merge into one. There are portals here that can take you to the Feywild, portals here that can take you to the elemental plane of fire, earth. But there's also another portal that we haven't been able to shut down. And he looks at you, Faawtie, and says to the Shadowfell. And you all sense that he is looking at Faawtie for a reason. Not entirely sure why. But this is evident. Like this is not a creature who would deceive or cover up or like, but it's clear. Like something's happening here. But I don't think you're bad people. So this is what I can tell you. The Coven knows that in 7 days, in the seventh night, Dilibat would be covered.
What?
And Shurpu, Dilibat, you would all know Dilibat is the small moon in the sky. Like this is common knowledge. Dilibat and Sin. Sin is the big moon. Dilibat is the small moon. So he's saying in the seventh night, Dilibat will be covered, and the volcano, Shurpu, will be lighting up the smoke. This hasn't happened in centuries. This is when they will attack. Because this is when they will finally open the gate completely. And then there won't be just one coven. There will be thousands.
That
You
doesn't
see,
sound good.
You see expression of fear in Edelfair's face, by the way.
Great. So we have only 7 days to fix this mess.
Can we stop the volcano? No, we can't stop the. We stop the portal. We stop the coven. And does the volcano burn away the forest anyway? What does?
We have two possible solutions here, Grael. We deal with the coven, or we delay their plans. They need a specific date. So if we can stop that, we can stop this whole mess. Continue, Unicorn.
Laurent, Laurent and you're the great. Yeah, it's funny. Laurent and Faawtie, you're both smart enough to realize that when this unicorn is talking about this is a special place where the veil flickers, you realize that Fodhyx could send you here because of that.
Yeah.
So like the teleportation that Fodhyx did was dependent on these places where the veil of reality flickers.
Thinner. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have started with this. I am not called Unicorn. I am called Unreal.
Wait.
Yes.
I hear that name.
Yeah.
Haven't I?
Yes. A couple of hours ago.
Masters.
What was the question, Nora? Alejandro, sorry, that's the DM. I spaced up.
No, I just say that he continue with
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
he's saying.
To be honest, there's more than I can tell you right now. I feel that I'm losing grip of these woods. They have been attacking in a way that I can't recognize. And this frightens me, to be honest. I think you're capable. For now. And he will start with the horn. I'm gonna say that's a horn. I imagine has a special name. I don't know it, but with the horn starts getting close to each and every one of you, and starts almost knighting you. One tap on the head, one tap on the left shoulder, one tap on the right shoulder, and a bead of light emanates from his head and goes to your head and washes over you. And he does this with everyone that's willing. Is any of you unwilling for them to get this?
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
willing.
I'm willing. And I was
Perfect.
willing, yeah.
So you all realize that this is what made Owlbears so stealthy. You are now a part of the woods. What this means is that if you are in an area where it's considered that is the layer of Unreal,
Mhm.
you have advantage of stealth checks.
Ooh.
So this isn't going to work on the Coven's territory.
No,
Okay.
this is only in this area. And he finished saying this will work only in this woods. But also remember, I am losing grasp. There will be areas where this will not work. I am sorry. It's all I can give you right now. As Owlbears told you, I've been licking my wounds for centuries, and I have centuries to go. I thank you.
Mhm.
You have two roads ahead. You need to choose one. You could go straight to the lair of the beast, or you could try to understand their plan. I am not certain which one is best.
Before you leave or do whatever you need,
Mhm.
do you know where is the ritual going to happen?
In the center. Sorry. In the center of Saban. That's the woods that Owlbears told you that are where the coven is. In the middle of Saban is where the
Okay.
I forget that I have the morph.
I'm
But yeah,
going
that's where.
It's not in the. So this is Jose asking. It's not in the woods. It's in the territory of the witches, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of the coven.
That is a wood that they claim for themselves, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, if I remember, we are doing this.
I ask this, looking to the group.
Okay, let me share what I know about covens. I have dealt with hags and covens just once, and was with a far more prepared group that we have.
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence.
I'm just speaking the truth. So, there are 3 reasons for what witches decide to make a coven. It's always power, but maybe there is cooperation between them. Maybe there is a common enemy or a common goal. Or maybe one is forcing the others to make this coven. The coven is what make these hags very powerful and dangerous. Don't be mistaken. By themselves, they are pretty powerful. But together, it's a force to be reckoned with. Another thing that you must know about hags is that they are tricky beings. They are not an owlbear or a displacer beast. They have intelligence. And they can be reason with, bargain with. They are power hungry too.
Mhm.
They are not. It's very weird that they are really preoccupied and worry about their partners. They usually
More selfish.
they just take care of themselves.
Mm.
So one way is try to instigate fight between the coven, if you can,
Mhm.
considering that they have a goal in just 7 days. I doubt that we can enact that plan.
Fuck.
As I said, we have to delay the ritual or deal with the covenant. But if we delay the ritual, the problem isn't going away.
Mhm.
It's just
Delay.
delaying it for future generations. And I pray myself to do a pretty good job when I hunt something.
Mhm.
This is a weird
Unreal
question.
Will,
Oh, sorry.
yeah. The Unreal will would answer saying what he
We still have the
speaks.
echo.
What he speaks is truth. One last thing. Remember, something is happening in these woods as well. Go to the coven and try to get them. But part of the plan is here. This has not happened before. And regarding future generations, I will still be here. I could theoretically, when I lick my wounds, call my kin. Now that is far too dangerous. I could open the portal for them if I'm not careful.
I think that at
This
least.
moment, yeah.
Sorry, I'm saying that
Go. No.
I think that at least we need to know what's happening in the woods.
Yes. We have the advantage here for the moment. Best to use it.
I would like to investigate what kind of weird stuff is happening in the woods, and is if it has any relation with the coven, like if it's doing, or it's just an occurrence that they are making some, I don't know what to say, but yeah.
So, question: the hags are
Yep.
coming from another plane?
Yeah.
Hags.
I
mean, they are
from this place.
Yeah. So that's what you know is that what Laurent explained is that the hags are coming. That they are originally from another plane. He doesn't know which plane. Unreal mentioned the Shadowfell.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah. He mentioned the Shadowfell, but he didn't explain that. Your character would understand that most likely they are coming from there. Yeah, that's it basically.
Do I have any knowledge about Shadowfell? I technically it wasn't
roll history.
history.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You've heard you know more about Jinn than hags from where you are. They're more common than hags, but you've heard about them because they compare them. Like they compare Jinn and hags a lot. It's a like a debate. Like if you're gonna ask for something, who are you gonna ask, a Jinn or a hag? Usually it's the Jinn, but there's a lot of myths around them, so you don't know. What you do know about hags is that they are creatures that make deals. And what you know about the Shadowfell is that when he looked at you, and when he said that, you felt shadow creeping in and then out. Like shadow was overtaking you. He looked at you and it moved out. So you're like, this is the first time you feel it, but now that you felt it, you're like, oh yeah, this has been with me for years. Like this sensation.
Mhm.
That's all you know. And yeah, you would know that Shadowfell is another realm. You would understand that as well.
Okay.
With that said, Unreal will say, thank you all. I must be everywhere. One more time. He bows. He looks at Edelfair. And says, congratulations, you have a party. He bows and he disappears, almost melting into the ground.
I'm going to put all of my questions away. The million questions that I have in my head, I'm just going to put them away and vow to him fading.
Yeah.
You have a fucking good friend.
And that's and that's where we're gonna end up today's session.
Oh,
Very good.
was a very
Thank you
very
for
good.
watching.
Huh?
Thank you all for watching. I hope everyone had a great time. The players, the viewers, everyone. We are now on the home stretch. They have a ticking time bomb right now, and they need to decide what the fuck they're gonna do. Because in 7 days, if they don't do anything, hags will emerge.
Oh shit!
I hope, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and see you in about 2 weeks. Bye bye.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you.